All right, hello everyone. This is going to be a little reading for the sign of Capricorn. We're all doing well out there in YouTube land. Hope everything is going your way, on the right side of happiness, so to speak. Yeah, I'm going to get into a little reading for Capricorn for February, asking Tarot, see what's in store for Capricorn, or what does Capricorn need to know for the month of February 2019. So yeah, back into tarot readings here a little bit, and I don't know, I might branch off and do some different things with this channel, depending. If there's anything really interesting you'd like to see, let me know. It's just a strong time for me. I feel like channel messages are wanting to come through, and me being like a working type person, sometimes I have time to get to these, sometimes I don't. It's all about that balance, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to look into these readings, and for the sign of Capricorn for February 2019, these messages could apply for the end of January or even further, depending where you're at. And let's see what we've got for Capricorn. Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Wands, so increased levels of creativity going on here. Could be, a very passionate, romantic, sexually active time for you as well, for those of you in partnerships, or for those for you in meditation as well, sort of getting into that frame of mind. It's kind of like really good thoughts or really good energy to promote well-being through creativity and just kind of releasing inhibitions. It's a good overall energy to see with the Ace of Wands. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what's up in the day-to-day. We got a reversal on the Lover's card here, which is a major energy that is meant to be in you for your grounding energy. So for some of you, actually getting rooted into intention setting of what you want out of a relationship, or if you want out of a relationship, to kind of make intentions clear at this time. We don't want anything like left unsaid at this time. Could lead to further confusion or could lead to misunderstandings. That's kind of stuff we want to avoid, but that's the energy that you kind of been posed with here. So for those of you that are struggling through a relationship or a romance situation, it looks as though you guys are going to have to put your cards on the table, so to speak. Open up channels of communication, and if it's the other person in the relationship that's not opening up communications or drawing towards you for resolve or for understanding, the message here is that you're going to have to know when to push and know when to hold back. It calls on increased intuitive thinking for romance when we see that reversal on that Lover's card here. So what does that mean? Okay, for some of you, you're having trouble with a fire sign directly in relationships. Somebody's not being as helpful or as, excuse me, or putting in the effort, I feel. They've almost been like delaying, or it could even be, in some situations, borderline neglect when it comes to matters of the unseen, or, tender feelings and that sort of thing. As well, this card says, if you've been single for quite a time, the intention for self-love needs to come forward at this time, or even self-help, to the point where it's like you may need to actually seek out advice from friends, or for those of us that are over 40, counseling, something that we can't seem to get enough of. When it's there, when we have it, let's really kind of discern the information that's coming forward, and always like ask for more. Let's think about what we could be doing to find happiness on our own, or if we're feeling that nothing's helping, or the other person in a relationship, if that Sagittarius or that Aries is just not helping you out through this situation, or to come or meet you in the middle, chances are is like the energy is kind of saying here is that they might be too wrapped up in their own affairs, and it could be leading to like stagnation in the bedroom, or it could be them not wanting to make any promises, or they're going back even on commitments at this time. But it's like leading to frustration within you. I feel you're craving creative energy, you're creating like tender moments, you're craving that love making, where if it's just not there, like some of you might even like need to say, okay, you know what, well, it might be okay to go out and seek love, seek tenderness in new places or within new people at this time. And it doesn't mean you got to jump in the sheets with strangers or anything like that. It just means that you need to open up your intentions to the idea that there is more than just this one person. There is more than just this one thing that's holding you back. And it's like, if you open up to those kind of ideas, you may find that somebody is hurrying to catch up to you, to make things up to you if they've been neglectful in the past or even at present day. Okay, because here with this, it's almost like we're questioning other people's attention. Like, are they really in it for the long haul? It's even kind of some uglier energy is somebody using somebody else to get ahead in terms of, like, are they there just for maybe financial security in a relationship? Or are they there just to say that, they have someone or someone's going to take care of their needs, when really there's no intention to reciprocate in that situation? For some of you, it's kind of like goes back to protecting your heart from any more harm that's coming from any sort of narcissistic tendencies for someone getting ahead and using the other person to do so. It's really tough cards coming up here for you so far, Capricorn, but I believe you have the strength. It's all about how we direct the new waves of energy that are coming in. So for those of you that are like waking up and you're just feeling like bounds of energy, very giddy, very wanting to go out, very wanting to express your love, express your emotions, it's almost like where you've been doing that, it could be feeling like beating your head against the wall because you're not able to like get anything out. Like you squeezed the lemon or the orange and there's no more juice there. So it's time to move on to a different lemon or to a different orange to take your fulfillment from there. Okay, these messages are strong for somebody. Wow. Now we've got this one here. Could be somebody is unwilling to cut somebody out in their life, even though they may have had the idea to do so for quite some time. This could be you. This could be, you have to be wary of another person in this situation that could be playing you along at this time, Capricorn. It's kind of gnarly to see it, but for some of you, it's fire signs. For some of you, it's air signs that are doing it. And it's like not even through really any fault of your own. It's just we're in a time where people are like, problems are coming to the surface and people are starting to get headstrong about what they need to do to make their situation better. And if it is involving partnerships at this time, it could be that, it's like, that old saying, we end up hurting the ones we love the most. Or sometimes we could just be in a situation where we're facilitating that person's bad habits, enabling them. This card, when it comes up reversed like this, is sometimes somebody's being enabled to continue on with like bad habits, whether it's like overindulgence in things, or not taking care of themselves, or expecting another person to take care of them for you. So you may even be saying your heart might be ready to close the book on something or some chapter in this life. And the Queen of Swords reaffirms that you're not taking action on it. But hopefully we can be at the point of intention setting, or at least finding a way to place our good energies and our good intentions in an area where we will be able to draw the mirrored fulfillment or manifest into our reality the good energy that we're putting forward. Because there's nothing more frustrating than putting in good energy, setting forth good intentions, directing them towards a particular person or a situation, and then not receiving anything in return. We're kind of like, well, where is the balance in that? Where is all the law of attraction preaching going on that, when it's like you know what you want, you have an idea what you would like out of this situation or from this person, but we can only go so far in order to get that, controlling what we have within ourselves and our own energies to do so. So take a harsh stance. I know it's kind of crazy to say, but it's what's coming through. It's saying take a harsh stance towards somebody, and it might catch them a little bit unsuspecting, or a little bit to like, maybe you've been a little bit too passive aggressive in waking somebody up to the fact that you're not being fulfilled in a relationship or in a situation. And it could be like a harsh stance is what's needed to wake both of you up, more so them, I think, but especially like on that air or fire side of things. But, you know, even for yourself to say, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore, and to take that harsh stance, even though if that's generally not our nature, sometimes we have to go in that to stand in our own power, to stand in our energy and say, look, what's surrounding me is not running in alignment with what I'm putting forward and what I want. So therefore, a harsh stance or making a stand against something is what is called for in this situation. Some of you may find that you're reaching out, you're needing to speak with family members, or again, this sort of counseling thing comes up, maybe like an older sibling that's been through something like this before, or it could be somebody in your family has been warning you against somebody, like, interfering or not being as honest or as involved as what they're trying to portray. The Ten of Pentacles can be reconnection with siblings and with families and taking care of matters of estate. But for this, I see it more as a return for you going to trusted spaces to glean information that you need about what to do next, about what to do in this situation. You might be looking at your past a little bit. I would advise not spending too much time in that, but it would be beneficial for you to talk to someone, even if you haven't spoken with them in a long while, to get some sort of like outside third-party advice with somebody that's not invested or doesn't maybe know your partner as well. You may have been out of touch for so long that they might not even know you, and don't feel as if you're laying problems on their lap, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you were to engage with somebody about those connections, bringing forward new ideas, or just telling them, like, maybe there's some situation in life that feels like it's running a dead end, or it needs some kind of renewal, going from more of a stable type earth energy into a freeing of spirit, so to speak, or a renewal of spirit, which is what the Ace of Wands is saying is the energy that is coming in, that we would like to see you aligned with, Capricorn. But the Ten of Pentacles has a tendency to have you there, rooted in your stability and your knowingness and your knowledge and your understanding of things. So it can make you hard to move. It's almost like you're looking at the pieces of the chessboard and you're like, there's nothing I can do here. There's no real out, or it's going to be too hard to make that sacrifice, where it's like, if you have somebody else come in and take a look at it for you, they may find a simple answer that can take you to the completion of an old cycle and into this brand new flowing of spiritual and sexual energy that wants to come through for you at this time. Okay? All right. Now we got a Two of Wands here. So yeah, it's almost like you're looking at things from almost like a too realistic point of view. And it's not that that's bad, but when we do look at the nuts and bolts of situations, and we tend to ignore spirit's desire or get in touch with our higher self or our inner source to know what it wants, we have difficulty manifesting the things into our reality and into our life that will promote our expectations or align and get us closer to our expectations. So for some of you, that means letting go of expectations. But for others of you, it's being willing to embrace that new chapter that's knocking at the door. And it's hard for you to see it right now. I don't doubt that, Capricorn. It might be hard for you to get in touch with the energy that's coming in because you are so rooted into something, or there might be things here that have been in existence for a long, long time, that it's like, it's easy for a tarot reader to come bring the cards out and say, yeah, drop it, cut it out, go to the next thing. But until, Capricorn, you can realistically visualize it in your long term, in your meditations, it's very difficult to do that. So the Two of Wands reverse is saying we have to limit our focus on the outside things and people, and return our focus back to the inner, so that we can have a clearer perspective of what it is that needs to be done and what it is we're actually trying to accomplish here. So, and as we tend to do that, maybe the importance of our question, of our query, or what we're after, you may find that it might even take a bit of a back burner, and you may find yourself coming out of complacency into a level of comfort when the focus returns to one, when the focus returns to you finding the inner happiness or creating the inner happiness rather than looking to the outside or the existential sources of it, right? Things and people have a way of making us happy. But if you ever notice, like, that happiness is kind of fleeting, those things tend to become a part of the past rather quickly. The sustainable, the substance of our happiness is from an understanding that comes from within. And when we align ourselves with our new creative energy, then we're not really at the whim of outside sources making us happy or unhappy, because we've stood in our power. We've taken that direction back to coming within for the next best steps, or the natural steps that will occur when we feel it on the inside. And it comes through things like affirmations and appreciations of that which is, because appreciation is really like the doorstep of love, really. When we look at trying to define the most enigmatic, like intangible force in our universe, in our galaxy, and in our lives, that being love, right? It all begins with that level of appreciation. And for you guys, it is to give yourselves that pat on the back, or appreciate oneself, not the hard work that you've done to like try and get something, like, what do they call it, like getting blood from a stone, right? You can squeeze it like so much, but it's not going to happen. So it's kind of like it's the appreciation that you have the freedom, the liberty to direct your attention and intention away from something in order to release any kind of pain or any kind of stuck energy, so that you're moving forward, which is really good. So, and yeah, for some of you, it does. It's like, don't let it feel like you're giving up on domestic bliss, or don't let it feel like you're giving up on romance. It's like, sometimes you just got to hit that speed bump. Like, if it's too late for you to slow down and you just got to hit, it could be very abrupt for some of you. Like we see with this Queen of Swords, it just could be like somebody taking a hard stand and being like, it's now or never, Billy, whatever it's got to be. Because in order to get our bliss or our fulfillment, getting this matched up to whatever this could be, when we look at these bigger cards, it's like we need to begin anew from within and be in appreciation of where we've come so far, regardless of if the other person is contributing or even seeing it at this time, okay? So just one little clarifier for the whole thing. Wow, this is a third reversal on the third queen. So here you are. I feel like this energy has your world turned upside down a little bit, and it's not easy to align yourself with the new energies at this time. But I think when you break it down and you can imagine yourself in a place away from all that you have or all that you've done, there's going to be like an inspiration, or something's going to appear on the screen of your inner vision that's going to give you a signal or a sign that, you know what, you haven't necessarily changed, but you have been very good to adapt to the situations and people around you, not to let them pull you down into the mud, or what's that other old saying? They're just kind of like, they're weighing you down, so to speak, Capricorn, because this is a time where if you are to allow the level of self-appreciation that's being called for here, there could be great steps forward into creating and bringing new levels of happiness, spirituality, and creativity into your life. Don't let anybody tell you that it's any different, or don't let those subtle manipulations of the others creep into your inner space, so to speak, and allow it to somewhat have any level of control over emotion or feeling at this time. Capricorn, is some tough times. There's going to be some abrupt stops and starts, but I want to make sure that you guys are in full control of this. You got to kind of take the reins here and make sure that you are the one propelling yourself into the next forward energy that's moving in February, because it's a good play. It's going to be a good place for you. And if others aren't willing to keep up with it, well, you know what? You may have to come to the point and say, well, that's tough for you. That's too bad, because I'm going ahead and doing it. I'm going ahead and I'm going to think this way. And whether it's like encouraging a partner to just not be a couch potato, like get off the couch, come to a class with me, a cooking class or an art class, or you know what, you don't want to go to Paris? Fine. You know what? I want to go to Paris. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to live my life. And if you're stuck here, watch Duck Dynasty, on binge repeat, 4 weeks in a row, I'm not going to have it anymore. I really am going to, don't expect me to do it, because I have my own life to live, and it's all we have is the time of our life to make the best of it. Okay, Capricorn? Hope this reading has provided some clarity and helped you out a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and if there's any other signs that you would like to see me do a reading for, please leave that sign in the comment section down below. Love you all, and we'll see you next time.